Welcome, Lucy Bloomfield,
Thank you.
to the Heartfelt Business Path Chats. Today we are going to be talking about your story to now, and it's a pretty cool story because in the last few years you've been deep in founder and creation mode, coding mode, creating Magic Marketer app, and I'm going to let you tell us what that is all about.
Okay.
So if you want to get us started.
Yeah, sure. So 11 years in, it's similar to you, built my whole career in marketing, making marketing manually for so many years. And then I previously had done programming when I was a little girl. And so I was much better at marketing, I felt, than programming. But given how much marketing is about moving pixels on a screen, I knew that a computer can actually do the bulk of that work. And so I started coding a software that, schedules and creates marketing and edits marketing for people. And so it's the marketing software for people who aren't marketers, basically. So it does the heavy lifting of it's like a VA / marketer rolled into a piece of software.
So cool. Yeah, and I've been having a little play with it, and it is pretty awesome, actually.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot coming from you.
Yeah, well, it is. And I know firsthand how much that's going to support people, because it is, when it's what you do, it's one thing, but when it's what you have to do, because it's just this hat you have to wear, it's entirely another beast. And as you know, that's how I support people, is come into this place of, knowing their stories, telling their stories, and feeling sort of really deeply aligned with how they're communicating, but there's still the pain point is still in making the time.
It's hard.
And in action.
I mean, I don't know about you, but even I find it still sometimes I feel so much resistance to marketing. It's especially when you're in the weeds of your business, it's sometimes so hard to switch from serving people that understand everything that you do and are super educated to helping someone that doesn't know you go through a series of breakthroughs to want to engage with your business. Sometimes I just find that so difficult, and I know a lot of people do. So
well, it's tiring, yeah. So and what's great about your software is it presents you with potential options.
Yeah,
like it's kind of done half the work, or a bit more even than half the work for you already, which means that the final point to actually action it it's a shorter journey than having to do it all yourself.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Thank you.
So tell us your story to now, though. Like, what happened in your life to get you to Magic Marketer?
So I started programming when I was 10, and it was really my way out. My mum was a single mum. She had to work a lot, and so I was home alone a lot, and the computer and technology was a way to occupy myself. And I started working, went to a cybersecurity company when I was really young in the US, and then got quite bored and started a skincare brand, which was amazing.
How old were you when you went to the US?
I didn't go, I worked for them remotely, and I was like 21, I think.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so I got really lucky. I met the guy in a hostel in Bali, and he saw me on Photoshop instead of partying, and he was like, what are you doing?
You're actually working.
I was like, I'm bored. So I'm designing logos.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I got started, and then the skincare business was kind of really where I found my feet professionally, because I found out I'm very creative and just enjoy the process of marketing a product, and then over the years, very similar to you, had a coaching and marketing services company, and then started programming my process, I guess, into a piece of software. So it's been like one of those full circles. Sometimes I get like this feeling, I'm like, oh my god, I'm like right back at the start. This is really exciting. Do you know those moments?
Yes, and I think what you've actually done, and I hadn't thought about it like that before, is you've created your framework. It just happens to be a piece of software. It's not a thing you're teaching or a book you've written, or not say you might not do that, but it's actually this piece of software. It's the culmination of everything you've learned in one super practical tool. That's
a
really
nice
cool
way of putting it.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it?
It is.
And it is all your wisdom in there to make it possible, because you're able to see, you already know what people need at the coalface to make things happen and to keep it going.
And how, the common challenges that people have, which I'm sure you're across as well. Like you would see it all the time.
Yeah. But look, that's what happens when you're actually at the coalface. That's what I was having another chat today, and that came up, that, you know, this thing about marketing being taught in educational institutions that are probably already 3 years behind where marketing's at, because you couldn't possibly be up to date, because it literally changes every day. I was just showing the Heartfelt Story Circle the interface for the insights on Instagram. I don't know whether you've noticed that this week. And that's changed. And I was like, where are stories? It makes you look stupid, but it's like 2 days ago it didn't look like this. This is the world we live in and the world we deal with every day. So you have to be at the coalface to learn how to actually do it properly and in a way that's repeatable and sustainable, I think, as well.
I agree with that. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself.
So,
and this is why, people. This is why Jen. Sorry, Jen. Gosh, I'm like tired. No. This is why Jess is just so good at what she does. Like with your process of like pulling stuff out. I'm like, I'm gonna walk away from this with so many lines on things that I should be putting in my marketing. I'm like, thank you for gifting me this time with you.
Pleasure. I think we've sort of covered some of that, but really, why did you start? Like, was there were there pain points you saw in clients that kept presenting that made you go, I need to solve this problem?
With the actual software?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was very self-driven, the first version of it, because I had a marketing agency and we were doing marketing campaigns and launches for e-commerce brands, and the margins are so thin and the financial pressure is so intense for those clients that you always have to deliver or your clients are really going to struggle. And so the method I guess I had for those kinds of businesses was just always basically cycling through like a big launch once a month, different offers, different products, you know, different, you know what marketing campaigns are like. So just the volume of marketing, like we could send up to 150 pieces of marketing out for a campaign. Like it's just so much marketing. And so I was like, this is insane. I can't afford this. You can't afford to pay me for what this actually costs. And that's when I started getting curious. ChatGPT had just come out. So, gosh, it feels like so long ago because AI is now so baked into the internet and the world. But like it's been like a minute in reality. Yeah. Fully. And so I started like basically systemizing our process. And it was not a software to start with. It was ClickUp was our database, so like a task management software, and then I used Make.com and Zapier to like hook different softwares to our ClickUp, and over a 18-month period it went from 60 hours per month of delivery per client to 10 hours, and those 10 hours were face-to-face, like conversations and reviewing marketing.
And the system was doing the rest.
Yeah. So then I was like, I think this is good enough to actually be its own thing. And if I'm really honest, I'm very tired of running marketing services. It's tiring.
It's exhausting. And it's a bit, it's very undervalued in how much work it takes and how much is in that one little piece of content you might see. The process 100%. That got you there.
Yeah, and anyway, there's a lot involved. So I moved it over to its own standalone product, and basically over the last 12 months have been on a journey to learn how to successfully ship software, which I'm learning is its own skill. And it ended up morphing and going from like an e-commerce tool to like personal brand and business tool in general. Yeah,
I've watched that journey with you.
Yeah. And what do you think?
Well, I love for me, my e-commerce isn't my specialty, so I probably resonated with it more once it became more a personal brand tool. But I mean, as a marketer, I can see the value of it anywhere, obviously. Because we all know, and that's exactly what you said. Like, I love that we actually put a numeric value on the amount of pieces of like the articles of content that would go into any given campaign. And if you're doing that every month, like we don't have clients where it's every month. We have one client which we run extremely successfully from a revenue perspective where we run 4 core sales a year.
Oh, wow.
And they're effective. But yeah, I know the work. Jen has run that. She's set up the system for that in our business. And it's a huge job. There's a lot involved in getting to that. It's an awesome outcome. And it's completely worthwhile.
Sure.
But it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work getting it all done. And yeah, it's not, you don't just suddenly decide to have a sale and write it up and post it.
No way.
It's
it's an endeavor.
And if you're doing every month, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the e-commerce reality now, isn't it? You know, that's the space. It's in a permanent state of sale.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, to say the amount of relief I feel moving over to personal brand is enormous is probably an understatement. But yeah, the tool is still the same, but the application is slightly different.
Did you do much with personal brand work before?
I've always used my face to make money.
Yeah.
And I've always encouraged my clients to do the same. And it's very effective, as you would know. So
yeah.
But I wouldn't have said that I would specialize in it or sell it prior to this.
Yeah. And have you found you resonate with it though quite naturally?
Yeah.
Because it's just a natural sort of evolution of what you were doing? Yeah.
Yeah, when I look back now, the growth of the skincare brand and the other company was just all off my face and my voice and all the clients as well. Like, yeah. And even with the big companies like Brunetti, it took a lot of bargaining and negotiating to get the CEO to agree to this, but we will intentionally bring him out twice a year for the big campaigns because the gravitas of that business owner, any business owner, but particularly that business, like him coming out and making a stand is like, you know, cha-ching, you know.
Yeah. People buy from people. I mean, my whole business is founded on that. So getting people, and it's still hard though, making them understand that they just need to be in the mix, that they're actually the golden goose.
Yeah.
And they're the content that I call it the content that counts. They're the content that counts for their business, and it moves the needle on everything. And all the other content bookmarks that and has important jobs to do in the mix. Some of them are less pretty, but they still have an important job. But without that, it's empty.
The content that counts.
Yeah. Have you? There you go. There's a line for you.
I know. I'm like, that needs to go on a shirt.
That's ours. It's the content that counts.
Trademark.
Yes, I've got to do trademarking. That's the next job. So, who do you really target? Do you feel with the app, with Magic Marketer?
Well, we've been incredibly lucky in the sense that a lot of small businesses are adopting us. People that know they should be doing marketing. There's a real business need there. And they're maybe in between the kind of VA to hiring a marketer, even casually, to support. So yeah, business owners, but we've got some, there's a group of clinics in Adelaide that is in the medical cannabis industry that have just purchased. So helping them harness their physicians to increase their digital footprint is kind of the objective. And then we've got
via LinkedIn profile,
all socials.
Yeah,
but mostly LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And then the other one that we've got is a 17,000 person organization, and so they just absorbed a small, like 300 person company, and that original team is concerned about visibility. And so they don't even really think of, I find this so interesting, they don't think of Magic Marketer as really a tool to bring inbound to the business. They think of it as a tool to not get lost in a sea of employees. Yeah.
That's cool though.
I think so.
I love that's. I feel like that's more. That's how I think about it. I mean, you've got to have inbound, but you've got to have outgoing to have incoming anyway.
True.
So I love that. I think that's another real opportunity with it is that, you know, we do a lot of LinkedIn strategizing for business, and one of the first things we'll say is, I mean, apart from the leadership team, your employees are your biggest advocates, and actually their LinkedIn pages reflect your business. Yes, their personal pages don't, but in the LinkedIn environment, their pages are kind of aligned to your business. So they need to be a bit razzle-dazzled. They need to be up to snuff, and they also need to occasionally be sharing. Whether, even if it's just a share from the company page with a little bit of context, they need to be doing some communication for the company, whereas in a magic marketer environment, it would do that for them anyway.
It would help, yeah.
And so that they could just kind of click, press and go, right? But that's very hard to get them all on board. You will often get the leadership team on because, you know, and one thing I think that business do not consider is LinkedIn. I mean, all social media is the potential saleability of your business is completely woven up. Now, if you have a business like mine, that might not be what you're thinking about, because I'm thinking more like a business for life. But then a lot of businesses they're scaling for sale and they don't intend to be there forever. And if you do not have your LinkedIn house in order, you are going to greatly impact the potential saleability of that business.
How are you going to attract the buyer?
Yeah. And if your team are all on board with that, that is super powerful.
The digital footprint on like personal brands across an entire team. Like, you can take your business's visibility from like 4,000 views a week to like 20,000 just by getting your people.
Yeah.
So powerful. So I'm with you.
Yeah. And then that's a cultural exercise as well. You're so clearly communicating your culture. It's so powerful.
Yes.
But how hard it is to get that through. It's hard.
Yeah. And getting, I'm very much in that 17,000 person company. I'm like very much at the start of like, how do you wrangle this many people? Like, so leave that with me.
Yeah.
I have some
I'm like very curious to see what the outcome is. So tell us a little, like we talk about this a lot in my ecosystem, is why you do what you do. Like what's in your heart? What drives you?
Oh, I mean, are we a swearing channel or no swearing?
We totally swear.
I fucking love technology, man. Like it's just so cool what computers can do, and when they give you back capacity, like how, you know, freeing and liberating that experience is. But also I really love seeing people tell their stories and kind of get over that like inner critic that's like, do I say this? It's too salesy. Ew, don't post that. I look too big in these photos. I don't know what to say. Does anyone even care? Like all these things that are happening inside of our head, like seeing people overcome that. And then of course the business outcomes. Like it's like what you were saying about the sales campaigns. Like I just love seeing people win with content. Yeah, like, and opportunities that could only have come from posting content. Yeah. As well.
Yeah. I think, again, that's something we really minimize this space so often, and we don't remember, like 10, 15 years ago, we did not have even like a skerrick of this opportunity. There are some real negatives in this space, and I've been one of the most vocal of this for a very long time, but the positives are, I just pulled up the Facebook insights for my group this afternoon just to remind them at this halfway point in the year to have a look. And, you know, I have a little account, and I've had 100-something thousand views over the last 6 months. But that's not, like, that's 6 months.
But that's huge.
But at what other point in history could I have had those sort of actual eyeballs on brand without spending on significant print adverts, and by the way, which would never have got those eyeballs anyway. It's like, I think that's the power of this is so incredible. It's just that because it's harder to measure, you know, so often people go off the social platform and then directly search. I mean, I know everyone I know does that.
Yes.
So therefore they'll go, oh, that's not attributed. Invariably it is still largely
Where's the traffic
attributed.
coming from then, Susan?
Yeah, exactly. So, but it is just this incredible, you know, there are incredible tools, and if we can just sit in kind of awe of that every now and then, I think as a vehicle for story, this is nuts how powerful it is.
Yeah, and it's free. I mean, other than time, it's free.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
and it's once you learn it, and sometimes you have to learn it. Sometimes you need a bit of support, but if you are willing to lean into learning it, you will get to the point where you have, and you'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you might need a grease and oil change every now and then to check in with a professional.
In which case,
yes. And I was
the
just
flex method.
literally just thinking of one of my clients who I saw last week for that. But, you know, she doesn't need to see me very often anymore because she's all over it.
Yeah.
You know, she just needs to check in as a reminder every now and then.
Wow, that's the power of your process, hey?
And that's what I want it to be. I don't want it to be endless. They should be able to get to a point where they go, I'm ready, I'm done, it's good. And if I need to check in, I will.
That's incredible.
Well, that's the counselling method too, you know, like we shouldn't, in counselling, you shouldn't have to see someone for the rest of your life. You might want to go back and check in with them every now and then, totally makes sense, but you should get to a point where you're ready to sort of go out into the world a bit, you know, on your own again. It's the same.
It's like giving people skills.
It's the tool. You just give them the tools.
Yeah.
You give them the tools and empower them to let go of that loop in their head, and the tools that help them let go of that loop in the head, which everyone has, even us marketers. And then it's practice. It's just building the muscle. Practice makes progress. Once you've built that muscle, you just keep building it, and it does get easier. But your tool makes that easier again.
I think so. It removes the manual labor. I feel like every single month that we drop new features now, it's marketing. I know my experience using it is it's becoming, there's less friction.
Yeah.
Like, and especially in the next month, like, I don't know when this is going live, but August 2026 is when the video editing and everything is going to drop. And I'm like, I can't be bothered to edit my videos.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I really can't be bothered. But with this there, like, of course, like, please do it for me.
So just, can you talk us through that a little bit? So you will upload video to the platform and it will literally automatic, so what, like AI kind of voice cut style, or?
Yeah, so this raw footage, you would dump the footage into it and it would go through and strip it and clean it of the no, please delete that, etc. And then it would cut it into short form videos, caption, resize for different platforms, convert those into carousels, long form text posts, short form text posts, quote images, like everything, and then distribute.
Amazing. Yeah, I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I know, I can't wait to show it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm like, just you wait.
Yeah, I think that does sound good. Even I'm like, whoa, that sounds good. Because it is time consuming.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Yeah.
And you know, even thinking it through can be brain draining, even for a professional. So let alone someone that this is just not their core business.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So on that note, can you tell us a little of the challenges you might have had in telling your story? You know, when you talk about that looping, you know, have you had those challenges yourself in telling stories, and how do you overcome it?
Yeah, I really do, because I think like a lot of business owners, I'm obsessed with the inner workings of my business, and I'm very much a product person. And one of my favorite things about working with Brunetti was getting to spend time with the CEO, because I could see how much he was a product person and how obsessed he is with like the detail.
Yeah.
Incredible leader. And so, one of the challenges that I find and I see with a lot of business owners, and I'm curious to hear if you notice the same thing, is that because we're so like deeply in the weeds of how things are done, customer success, though we think that conversation is what that the people out there need to see, but it's actually not. And so the challenge that I have with marketing is reminding myself that, like, as much as I find this interesting, and it is interesting, but to bring more people in, I actually need to put that aside and like focus on the parts of the story that are going to be most felt.
Yes. Catchy.
And land with people based on like what they're going through.
Yeah.
So I do find it really hard to put aside the weeds of what I'm working on.
Yeah. And the success, it's so funny. I've literally done a post about this morning about, because, you know, business is challenging, and I feel like the success narrative is getting really loud. And I can feel that is because people that's just one way that actually people are struggling. So that's what they lean into. And I agree. I think the problem is when if a coach has helped someone have a $1.5 million launch, for instance, I'm just thinking of this particular example, in particular, it actually doesn't make me feel any more connected to potentially working with her. It might, if that's all I cared about, maybe. But what it does make me feel a bit like is it's very loud, and that what about all her other clients who didn't, why is she just telling that story?
Yeah.
What about all the other people that she's supporting? I want to know more about, how exactly that. Like, how are you going to help me in the fields department through this challenging time? Yeah, a good launch is obviously great, but as marketers, we know one launch is not a whole story, and one launch of a high revenue could mean a very high cost as part of that revenue as well.
True.
And those stories aren't told. So I do think people do lean into success narrative too much.
Yeah.
I personally don't lean into it enough, and I know that is a problem with how I...
What's the alternative? Like, 'cause I would say that I love me some hype. Like, I would say my style is more that. And so, like, if you weren't, like, if you don't do that, then what do you do?
Yeah, well, I think you just have to keep connecting. You focus on...
What do you talk about, though?
But that's exactly what you said. You start to tap into what they're thinking and feeling more, and you speak to that. But I think the other thing is just keep repeating what your core premise is in lots of different outfits. Like, you've got to say it over and over anyway to cut through. But to, like, the story of you loving tech is actually really endearing, but then that you happen to have all this marketing know-how from all those years of experience. Because for me as a marketer, I fucking hate the tech. I hate it. And it takes so much of my brain space, and I'm exhausted by it. So for me, that's really attractive in you, because you know what I know, but you're also taking the weight of the stuff that I'm crap at, or that I don't want to spend as much energy in. And that's enticing to me, because I want you to be marketing know-how. Got it. But I want you to also help with something that's a whole for me. Yeah. I think it's just that I think the hype's, it's not that the hype isn't the story, because it should be part, like I said, I don't do it enough. I actually think it needs to be part of the story. But I just think it's like we've created a whole, almost a framework around communication for business that is hype. And I think it's exhausting.
Yeah, because, like, what if you don't have...
And what if the people you're speaking to are feeling not enough, even more, over and over and over again, because of your hype narrative? And they are, by the way. Yeah. I know they are, because that's how I help them. And they're the conversations I have. And they are feeling like they're not good enough. What are they doing here? I'm not successful.
And what am I doing wrong as well?
That's right. Yeah. Because they don't fit that narrative of success. And in your case, I think it's a bit different, because you are talking literal data from your app. That's a bit different. But I think, and that is literal data. It's indisputable data that you're...
But do you know, like, it's making me think about, so the last 2 months we've reported, like, the overall impressions. And I think it was like, or like the views, it covers all the stats. And it was like 3.2 mil views in May, and then 6.2 million views in June total. And, like, I think it catches attention, because, like, if you don't know how to generate those kind of views, it's like, okay, maybe this can solve that. But now, having heard you say this, I'm wondering if it's, like, almost so fantastical that people are like, this isn't me. Because, like, I mean, I've personally never gone viral. Like, it's never happened. And so I'm actually wondering if the less fantastical, if that's even a word, like, aspects of what we're doing would be, like, just as potentially more, because it's more achievable.
Yeah. I think what could be really potent is, so there's the impressions numbers, but what's the actual real world, so this founder found 3 hours, and they made 4 less reels this month, and they like, what's that data that they're not doing?
Yeah.
Like almost like this founder is the not doing series.
Okay.
What's this founder not doing
Okay.
in July as a result of Magic Market App?
Oh, I love
They're
that.
not stressing out. They're not looping and overthinking because the content's been fed them. They're feeling way more calm and relaxed, and actually they're feeling heaps more clarity in the other areas of their business that really need their attention because that's their area of genius, not this. Like, I think that could be interesting too.
Yeah, that's
so you
really
could
good.
almost have like the success narrative and then the flip the script narrative.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So send me the voice. Thank you for the strategy. And this is why you need this woman in your life.
It is. I mean, that's just because they're the stories I tell.
Yeah.
But like, I need help with the success stories.
Okay, we'll
I'm
swap.
terrible at them. So, and even my team, none of us, we're all the same. We're all nurturers. We're all like, we can't talk about how good we are, even though we have awesome numbers. And every now and then when it's really obvious, we'll, like this client that Jen's made nearly 100,000 more in revenue for over the last couple of years, just from these 4 sales. And, there are other, but we just don't. We don't really talk like that. But it's not really aligned to our narrative, and that's okay. My narrative is more the other. Okay. It's a slow burn.
Okay.
And I have to invite people in. It's just the way it goes.
No, it's fine. I mean, we've all got our styles, right?
Totally, and we should be true to them.
I'm a hype person.
And that's why you should not get rid of the hype. Yes, you should not. Because that's how you roll naturally. But yes, what's the opportunity that you could bring in?
I'm definitely going to rewatch this and just, go through everything and add it into our content pillars on Magic Marketer so that it's like happening.
This will be your first, you'll shove this video in. Yeah. Shove this up.
Actually, yes, I was going to ask you, I was like, is there a rush to publish this? Because I think Magic Marketer should edit it.
No, we can save. Okay, so finally, because the Felt Way is about a holistic approach to marketing. Marketing is absolutely a practical doing job, and I teach and endorse that, but it is equally a energetic and intuitive one. And when you balance the two, I think that's where the magic actually happens. And I'd say that's exactly what happened with you with Magic Marketer. You followed your gut on creating this, and that's ultimately what it is.
Yeah.
So on that note, do you use your intuition in your business, or does it nudge you?
Yeah, it does. I talked about this story a lot. I haven't talked about it recently because I finally got out of it, but the previous company that I had, I just took too many bets. I was too casual with debt, and we ended up getting like $200,000 in the hole, which is like both a lot and not a lot at the same time, because you see businesses like retail businesses going bust and they owe ATO like millions of dollars, and super and everything. So I like spent a couple of years like clawing my way out of that, and that was like incredibly difficult. But the good thing about getting out of it and clearing all of that was I guess not always being on the run and like trying to like keep ahead of it. And so it's allowed me to be a lot more spacious in the way that I do things. And then at the same time, I think a lot about the conversations that I have with women like yourself. I'm so lucky to have so many wise women around me who, like, sometimes older, sometimes just more experienced. Like, age isn't really the thing. But just these, having the ability to have a conversation with someone about, like, the things that I'm struggling with. Like, the conversation that I have with you about, like, how I was just trying so hard to do so much, and you're like, maybe it's just like a a mindset change on, like, instead of doing all of this, we're just doing this, and that's success. I do use my intuition, but I find as well I really like the collective of women intuition, if that makes sense. Yeah,
because I think when women do talk like this, it just, even if you don't realize it, the intuitive stuff is coming in, or the gut feel is kind of coming in to how we support each other. It's definitely because we lean into our feelings a lot. And my husband will say, I'll write a text to somebody and go, there's too many feelings in there. And I'll be like, that's how I roll, you know? So it's just,
sorry, babe.
yeah, but as women, we just do that. And I love that part about age is irrelevant, because I feel that, you know, in my business community, and honestly, I feel like I don't know whether you find this, but I feel in my business community, I'm building like really incredibly strong connections and that could be quite sustainable connections. And I think because we kind of really get each other, and age is irrelevant. I can tell you I have connections from the age of 82 down to, how old are you?
34.
34. You could be the youngest, actually.
Oh, what about Miss Rosie though?
Oh, Rosie's the youngest. But yeah, like I absolutely agree. Age is not, it is just alignment in where you're at and how you're sort of approaching things and how you can support each other, because women in business are we are quite supportive of each other. I know that there can be narratives otherwise at times, but I think on balance we're kind of here for each other. Yeah. And together we're building something that can be quite powerful. Yeah.
Well, the stats on women being successful in business is just like phenomenal. It's like when men get rich, their inner circle gets rich. When women get rich, the community benefits.
Yes. So, yes. And there's this awesome concept called the parallel economy. Have you heard about that? Have you heard of Natalie McNeil? She's a futurist. I don't have my phone because it's recording, but otherwise I'd read it to you. I'll have to show you afterwards. But basically it's coming to this place where women control the global economy from a spending power perspective, because we make most of the spending decisions. It's just that we don't know that we're a collective. And once we can actually start to really realise that together we move and change things. But we need to be together in doing it. And that's why, you know, heart-led business, the more of us telling our stories, speaking our truth, you know, whatever that is in a business context, it doesn't have to be warts and all. I say that all the time, but just being genuine, the more we start to move the needle on what is out there, what it looks like. You know, it doesn't have to look the bro way anymore, and it doesn't have to, and you know, even men in business don't have to tick those capitalist metrics anymore. It's okay to do it your way. It's okay to, you know, forge your own path, and it's okay to be you in doing it. So
incredible.
This is your conversation.
This, like, wisdom just like wash over me. Come for my monthly chat.
I'm not good at getting compliments. All right. So to wrap up, can you tell people how they can work with you and where they can find you? And I will link all that in the notes, obviously.
Cool. So I'm officially done with marketing services. It like feels very much like a milestone, and I'm very grateful. And I'm all in on Magic Marketer app. So the best way to work with me is to become a customer of Magic Marketer, and I'm super involved. Like, we have less than 100 customers at the time of recording this. Hopefully it's a lot more than that soon. That's changing. So we're just really involved in the people that are coming on board. We have a weekly call where we talk marketing. I'm always around. I'm always working on the software. We're basically I'm basically co-collaborating with people. So if you have ideas that you wish Canva could do, like, bring them to me and I'll code them for you. Yeah.
So it's like Magic Marketer is like you've actually got an actual real marketer in your pocket too.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
So get in while it's in the early days while you can cope. Although maybe you keep that model going always.
Maybe.
That sort of high touch,
it's
cool.
I'm open. Like, I'm ready to go on an adventure. And I love the co-collaboration as well. I'm like, oh my God, my customers have the best ideas. Like, the best ideas. I was like, yes, I can code that for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how you're going to build the best
yes.
platform anyway, because you're tailoring it for your customer.
Yes.
What they actually need.
Yeah. Like the medical cannabis clinic asked for a way for it to block marketing that broke TGA. And so it prompted me to code a compliance feature. And so you can select any governing body and your marketing will get blocked if you break the legislation. I was like, how cool is that?
That's awesome. That's amazing. Yes, you get to pick this card.
We're being called to this one. This is for you.
So remember, celebrate the wins. I think that's just affirming that it is the right way for you to communicate. Don't listen to me. But I don't think you shouldn't anyway. I think it's great. I mean, I think it's just, it's not that. It's not that about the wins. It's just that sometimes that's the only narrative out there. And I think that's where I have the issue with it. Like where it's just, this is what you got to do to appear successful online. Whereas I think, yes, you do need to celebrate the wins. And you're in the early days anyway. So of course you've got to.
And then I think the other thing that's coming up for me is I had another conversation with a customer, Cressida Polak. I hope it's okay that I shout her out. She's an amazing energy worker, and she's like really passionate about radiance in women. And so she was like, yeah, but you're shipping all these features, but like where do you actually stop and celebrate? I'm like, but my celebration is that I get to code the next thing. And she's like, no, you need to.
Oh, you got to stop and acknowledge.
So I think it's like, congratulations, you just shipped a really big thing. Okay.
Yes. And embody it.
Yeah.
Actually, that's interesting because we do talk about, like, so what's something you would do to celebrate then? That's the question that obviously you need to answer with that. Is there something that you could do that would make you go, that's my little celebration for just getting that done, rather than going, click done, oh, it feels good, but I'm on to the next.
Yeah, I'm going to have to think about that.
Yeah.
Lots of things that I could celebrate with. I'm thinking like a float or something like that.
Yeah. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It was lovely to have a heartfelt business spark chat with you in person.
I know.
My first in person. It was lovely. It's so nice because I'm so relational and you obviously are too. So I do like being in person, but Zoom is where it mostly happens because it's easy for everyone. But it was nice to experience the first in person. It means hopefully I can do more now.
Well, I bet this is the one that pops off for you for sure.